Most people spend their entire lives chasing success without ever understanding the foundation that success is built on. They want money without discipline, confidence without competence, peace without controlling their mind, influence without understanding people, and freedom without building valuable skills. But life doesn't work like that. Imagine trying to build a massive skyscraper on weak ground. No matter how beautiful the building looks from outside, eventually it collapses because the foundation was weak. Human life works the same way. If the core pillars of your life are weak, everything else eventually becomes unstable. Your confidence, your emotions, your finances, your relationships, your goals, and even your happiness. And the scary part is that schools rarely teach these things properly. Most people are taught how to pass exams, but not how to manage emotions. They are taught formulas, but not discipline. They are taught how to memorize information, but not how to survive mentally, physically, socially, and financially in the real world. That's why so many people feel lost, even after years of education. But throughout history, the people who became strong, successful, respected, calm, and independent usually mastered a few core areas of life. Different cultures may explain them differently, but the pattern is almost always the same. There are 5 pillars that shape a powerful human being. The first pillar is survival skills, the basic abilities that help you function independently in life. The second pillar is the body, because your physical condition affects everything from your energy to your confidence. The third pillar is the mind, your thoughts, emotions, focus, and mental control. The fourth pillar is a valuable skill or purpose that creates money and freedom. And the fifth pillar is communication and influence, the ability to understand people, build relationships, and move through society effectively. If even one pillar becomes weak, life starts becoming unstable. But when all 5 pillars are developed together, something powerful happens. You become harder to break, harder to manipulate, harder to control. You become capable of handling pressure, adapting to change, earning opportunities, and building a meaningful life. This is not about becoming perfect. This is about becoming functional, capable, and powerful enough to survive modern life without constantly collapsing under pressure. Because in today's world, information alone is not enough. Intelligence alone is not enough. Talent alone is not enough. A person with a controlled mind, healthy body, valuable skills, and strong communication can outperform naturally talented people who lack discipline and balance. So in this video, we are going to deeply explore the 5 pillars of life, the skills every human being should build if they want real strength, stability, confidence, and freedom. And once you understand these pillars, you may start looking at your own life very differently. Pillar number 1, survival skills. The first pillar of life is survival skills. Not survival in the jungle, survival in modern society. Most people underestimate how important basic life skills are until life forces them to learn the hard way. A person can have degrees, intelligence, and dreams, but if they cannot manage themselves properly, they struggle with adulthood. Modern survival skills are the abilities that help you remain independent and functional no matter what situation life throws at you. Things like managing money, problem solving, adapting quickly, handling responsibilities, understanding technology, learning efficiently, and maintaining discipline. These skills sound simple, but they quietly control the quality of your entire life. For example, money management is not just about becoming rich, it's about avoiding chaos. Many people earn good money but still remain stressed because they never learned financial discipline. They spend emotionally, avoid planning, and slowly become trapped by their own habits. Problem solving is another massive skill. Life constantly creates problems, health issues, financial pressure, relationship conflicts, career uncertainty, unexpected failures. The people who survive are usually not the strongest or smartest. They're the people who adapt quickly and stay calm under pressure. That ability becomes a superpower. Learning how to learn is also one of the most underrated skills in existence. Technology changes constantly. Industries evolve. Opportunities shift. A person who can learn quickly can survive almost any environment. In the modern world, knowledge becomes outdated very fast, but the ability to learn remains valuable forever. Discipline is another survival skill that separates people massively. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is reliable. A disciplined person can continue working even when they feel tired, bored, emotional, or unmotivated. That consistency compounds over years and creates massive results. And perhaps one of the biggest survival skills today is emotional independence. Many people completely collapse when external validation disappears. They depend on social media attention, relationships, approval, or praise just to feel okay. But emotionally independent people remain stable even when life becomes uncertain. True survival means becoming capable of handling life without constantly needing rescue. Because reality is harsh, sometimes nobody is coming to save you. And the more capable you become, the more freedom you gain. Pillar number 2, the body. Your body is not just a physical structure. It affects your emotions, confidence, focus, discipline, attractiveness, energy levels, and even your mindset. A weak body often creates a weak mind. When people neglect sleep, nutrition, movement, and health for years, they slowly damage their energy and emotional stability without realizing it. Modern lifestyles are destroying physical health silently. People sit for hours, sleep poorly, eat processed food, avoid sunlight, and constantly overstimulate their brains with screens and social media. Then they wonder why they feel exhausted, anxious, unfocused, and unmotivated. The human body was designed for movement. Exercise is not just about appearance. It changes brain chemistry. It improves mood, confidence, focus, discipline, and stress management. Even something simple like daily walking can significantly improve mental health. Strength training teaches more than muscle growth. It teaches patience, consistency, and delayed gratification. You learn that results come from repetition, not instant rewards. Fitness also changes self-perception. When people become physically stronger, they often become mentally stronger too. They carry themselves differently, speak differently, think differently, because the body and the mind are deeply connected. Sleep is another massively underrated factor. Many people destroy their cognitive performance through poor sleep habits. Sleep affects memory, emotional control, hormones, recovery, and decision-making. A tired brain becomes emotionally unstable very quickly. Nutrition matters too. The food you eat literally becomes your energy, your hormones, your focus, and your long-term health. Hydration, movement, sleep, nutrition, and exercise sound basic, but basic things become powerful when practiced consistently. The modern world often encourages comfort over strength, but comfort slowly weakens people. A strong body gives you energy to pursue opportunities. It increases resilience during stressful periods. It improves confidence and even changes how others perceive you. Your body is the vehicle carrying you through life, and if that vehicle is constantly damaged, everything becomes harder.
Pillar 3, the mind. This is where most battles are won or lost. A person may look calm externally while internally fighting anxiety, overthinking, self-doubt, fear, anger, distraction, or emotional instability every single day. And in modern society, controlling the mind has become harder than ever, because attention is constantly under attack. Social media, notifications, entertainment, stress, comparison, negativity, fear-based news, endless stimulation, all of it fragments attention and weakens mental clarity. Most people rarely sit alone with their thoughts anymore. Silence has become uncomfortable. But mental control is one of the greatest advantages a human can build. A controlled mind allows you to stay calm under pressure, think clearly during chaos, and avoid emotional self-destruction. Meditation is one of the oldest tools used to train awareness and focus. Despite seeming simple, it changes the brain significantly over time. It teaches you to observe thoughts instead of becoming controlled by them. Most people think every thought they have is true. But thoughts are often emotional reactions, fears, assumptions, or temporary mental noise. Self-awareness helps separate reality from emotion. Emotional control is another powerful skill. This does not mean suppressing emotions. It means understanding them without allowing them to completely control your behavior. For example, anger can destroy relationships, opportunities, and decisions within seconds. Fear can stop people from pursuing dreams. Overthinking can paralyze action. A calm mind creates better decisions. Focus is also becoming rare in modern society. People consume endless short-form content that trains the brain to crave constant stimulation. As attention spans decrease, deep work becomes harder. But deep focus creates massive advantages. A person who can focus intensely for long periods can learn faster, work better, and outperform distracted people consistently. Mental resilience matters too. Life will eventually test everyone. Failure, rejection, loss, loneliness, uncertainty, criticism, pressure. A resilient mind allows people to recover instead of collapsing permanently. And perhaps one of the greatest mental skills is controlling identity. Many people unconsciously define themselves by failures, opinions, or temporary circumstances. They begin saying things like, "I'm just lazy," "I'm unlucky," "I'm not talented," "I'll never change." Over time, identity shapes behavior. But powerful people consciously rebuild identity through repeated action and self-discipline. The mind can either become your greatest weapon or your greatest prison, and most people never realize how much control they actually have over it. Pillar 4. A valuable skill or purpose. The fourth pillar is having at least one valuable skill that creates money, freedom, or purpose. This pillar is essential because financial stress affects almost every area of life. Money alone cannot create happiness, but lack of money creates pressure, limitations, dependency, and stress. That's why every person should develop a skill that society values. In the modern world, valuable skills create opportunities faster than degrees alone. Skills like communication, marketing, coding, sales, design, writing, video editing, business, content creation, leadership, negotiation. The internet has created endless opportunities for skilled people. Today, someone with a laptop and valuable knowledge can build income from almost anywhere. But the problem is that many people spend years consuming content instead of building skills. Watching productivity videos is not productivity. Reading about success is not success. Real growth happens through practice. A person who practices consistently for years becomes dangerous in their field. And eventually, skill creates confidence. Purpose also matters deeply. Humans need meaning. Without meaning, people often feel empty even after achieving external success. Purpose does not always need to be some massive world-changing mission. Sometimes purpose simply means building something meaningful, helping people, creating art, supporting family, teaching others, or mastering a craft. The most powerful situation is when passion and value combine. When a person genuinely enjoys a skill that society rewards financially, work becomes much more fulfilling. But building valuable skills requires patience. Most people quit too early. They expect immediate success. But mastery takes time. Every expert was once terrible. Every successful creator once had no audience. Every entrepreneur once struggled. Consistency matters more than instant talent. And in the long term, highly skilled people usually gain more freedom, respect, and opportunities than people who rely only on motivation or luck. Because valuable skills make you useful, and useful people become valuable to society. Pillar 5. Communication and influence. The fifth pillar is communication and influence. Humans are social creatures. No matter how intelligent or skilled you are, your ability to interact with people heavily affects your opportunities in life. Communication affects relationships, business, leadership, networking, confidence, career growth, Influence. A person may have incredible ideas, but if they cannot express them properly, those ideas often remain invisible. Clear communication creates opportunities. Confident speaking builds trust. Good listening builds connection. And understanding human psychology builds influence. Now, influence is often misunderstood. Many people think influence means manipulation or control. But true influence is the ability to move people ethically through understanding, communication, and emotional intelligence. For example, great leaders understand human emotions deeply. They know how to inspire, motivate, calm, persuade, and guide others. Businesses are built on communication. Relationships survive through communication. Even confidence itself is often communicated through posture, eye contact, tone, and emoji. Social intelligence is another huge advantage. Some people can walk into a room and instantly understand social dynamics. They read emotions, body language, tone shifts, and hidden tension. That awareness helps them navigate situations effectively. Negotiation is also one of the most useful life skills. Everything is negotiation. Salary, business deals, relationships, opportunities, boundaries, time. People who negotiate well often gain massive advantages over time. Listening is another underrated communication skill. Most people listen only to respond. Very few people truly listen to understand. And people naturally trust individuals who make them feel understood. Storytelling matters too. Humans remember stories far more than facts. That's why powerful communicators often use emotion, imagery, and storytelling to make ideas memorable. Communication can literally change a person's life. It can create friendships, careers, partnerships, audiences, movements, businesses, and opportunities. And in the modern world, communication has become even more powerful because of the internet. Today, a single video, speech, tweet, or idea can reach millions, which means communication is no longer just a social skill. It's leverage. The connection between all 5 pillars. Now here's the important part. These 5 pillars are deeply connected. A weak body affects the mind. A weak mind destroys discipline. Lack of discipline prevents skill development. Poor communication limits opportunities. Financial stress damages emotional stability. Everything connects. That's why true self-improvement is holistic. You cannot completely neglect one area and expect balance everywhere else. For example, someone may be financially successful but mentally unstable. Another person may be physically strong but emotionally immature. Someone else may be intelligent but socially incapable. Real growth means building balance across all pillars slowly over time. And this process never truly ends. Self-development is not a destination. It's maintenance. Just like a garden requires continuous care, humans require continuous growth. Modern society and distraction. One reason many people struggle today is because modern systems constantly attack these pillars. Attention is monetized. Distraction is profitable. Comfort is addictive. People are encouraged to consume more than they create. Entertainment becomes an escape from reality instead of relaxation. Social media creates constant comparison. Instant gratification weakens patience. Algorithms fight for human attention every second. And slowly, people lose control over their habits, focus, emotions, and direction. That's why intentional living matters so much now. If you do not consciously build your life, society will shape it for you, and usually not in your favor. Building the 5 pillars. The good news is that transformation does not happen overnight, and it does not require perfection. Small habits repeated consistently create massive long-term change. Start simple. Walk daily, read more, learn one valuable skill, meditate for 10 minutes, sleep properly, practice communication, save money, reduce distractions, improve slowly. Consistency beats intensity. A person who improves 1% daily becomes unrecognizable over time. And eventually, these pillars begin reinforcing each other. Exercise improves mental clarity. Mental clarity improves discipline. Discipline improves skill development. Skills improve financial freedom. Confidence improves communication. Everything compounds. Conclusion. At the end of the day, life is unpredictable. There will be failures, uncertainty, pressure, heartbreak, setbacks, and chaos. No human escapes difficulty completely. But the pillars make you stronger. Survival skills make you independent. A strong body gives energy and resilience. A controlled mind gives clarity and emotional stability. Valuable skills create freedom and purpose. Communication creates influence and connection. And together, these pillars transform an ordinary person into someone capable of handling life with strength, intelligence, and balance. Because true success is not just money. It is becoming a person who can survive pressure, control emotions, adapt to change, build meaningful relationships, create value, and continue growing no matter what life throws at them. That is real power. And the earlier a person starts building these pillars, the stronger their future becomes. So maybe the real question is not, what do I want from life? Maybe the better question is, who do I need to become to handle the life I want? Because once the foundation becomes strong, everything built on top of it becomes stronger too. If you want to become stronger mentally, physically, financially, and socially, then subscribe to Audible Ecstasy and start building the best version of yourself.